Welcome back to Just Between Us Couch Show.
Ooh.
Pow! Wow, wow, wow.
That's a cute shirt.
Thank you.
I like that.
You like this color on me?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, thank you so much.
And the eyelash extensions are popping. Wow.
I think I look better as a wife.
Oh, we forgot to plug the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Just Between Us, the podcast version of this, is now on Patreon. So if you go to Patreon, you can get all the episodes ad-free, and also video of a lot of the episodes, most of the episodes. And that's patreon.com/justbetweenus. And that's just $3.
That's just $3, baby.
For
a
10
month. For eight ad-free episodes.
Truly. And video.
And video.
And it would really help us out because we're trying to keep the show going because we're independent now. And also, you can play along with hypotheticals, which some of you guys have been doing on the $5 tier. And let me tell you, you guys are very funny. Extremely funny. Might put us out of work, actually. We're going to have two of you guys completely take over the show. Two lucky winners. One becomes Allison and one becomes Gabe.
That actually sounds really nice. So on today's episode, I thought we could play a little game of who knows who better.
Oh, okay.
Because, things have been going too well between us, so we need to just sort of
cause a little trouble,
get a little competition going.
Okay.
So I Googled who knows who better friendship questions.
Ooh, okay.
And I pulled a few.
Okay.
And so we'll try to answer them. And I think the best way to do this is I'll ask you a question, you'll answer it, and then I'll just honor system say if that was true or not.
Yeah, I believe you.
I'm not going to make us write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I believe you.
What was the last show I streamed? I talked about it with you. Man in the High Castle.
Oh, right. You were talking about that. I was like, I knew it wasn't something relevant. The idea is Hitler won?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't love the concept. Well, I know that you watch Drag Race.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not actively watching a new show these days, are you?
No, I mean, I watch I would say there's a couple reality shows I've got deeply into.
Okay. So that one, Love Island.
Love Island. That's the one thing I've been watching mostly.
Okay.
So
I get half a point for that. And you get 0 points.
Okay, get 0 points. Love Island's fine. I don't really care about shows where they're finding love. I mostly care about the drama of Love Island. But then I like The Circle because I like that they're trying to fool each other.
You like to watch manipulation in action.
Yeah, Claim to Fame. I loved Claim to Fame.
What is the premise of Claim to Fame?
Oh, thank God. Okay, I love Claim to Fame. Claim to Fame, which sounds stupid, but it's not. It's a bunch of people in a house, and they're all related to a famous person.
Yeah, I knew that part.
And then everyone has to try to guess who their celebrity
but
relative is.
How would you guess?
There's clues all over the house.
But are you actively lying about who you are?
Yes.
And they're trying to catch you in lies or something?
Okay. Yes. They're try to lead each other astray, and they make alliances, and also people don't know who people are. So one of the funniest ones was this guy was the clue was that he was from Utah. They kept saying Utah, and the people, they became so convinced that it was Elton John. Famously British. Absolutely not from Utah in any way, but they gas each other up and they convince each other. It's very funny.
All right, our next one. What is my dream job?
To just have a dog farm, animal rescue, some kind of. I mean, other than TV showrunner.
Well, yeah, TV showrunner.
But I'm saying other than our things that we're going for now.
Yeah, run a sanctuary, that'd be cool.
Yeah, dog farm.
All right, I'll give you a point.
Yeah.
Because you got both.
Yeah.
For you, I will say just incredibly famous.
Sure,
where you just make money off of being famous.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I want to be, I want to be okay, I think if I can get on The Circle, and then from that, I can just be on other shows.
Yeah, you should be a reality show villain as your career.
Yeah, so from The Circle, I could get on, The Challenge, and then from The Challenge I could get on I couldn't do any of the love shows, but I could get on other Dancing with the Stars. I don't know, you know what I mean? I would have to get very famous.
Yeah,
from
you're
The
not
Circle.
ready to be.
No, not Dancing with the Stars. I'm saying once I'm very famous from The Circle.
I guess your other job would just be working at a funeral home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I was thinking of being do any of our followers work at a funeral home in Los Angeles? They want to hire me. I'll do whatever you need, paperwork, whatever. Mopping. I can mop.
Can you?
Yeah, I can mop. Not to your standards, but probably good enough for dead people.
What position do I sleep in?
That's interesting.
It's only like 3 options, really.
Standing straight up like a horse. Are you like just on your side?
Yeah, I'm a side sleeper.
Oh, okay.
And
what
then
about me?
Stomach?
I do sleep, yes. So side or stomach. I cannot sleep on my back, which was very hard with top surgery. I'm like, if I sleep on my stomach and then I need to have like my arms and legs fully out.
If you have a huge bed, you can.
I want a king bed so badly.
Oh,
Did I tell you
yeah.
something? Okay, I was talking to these 2 friends of mine one time who were dating, and they're like been dating a long time, so it wasn't like just new relationship energy. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we had a king bed, but we actually had to exchange it and get a queen bed because we like to sleep holding each other, and so it was hard to reach our waters on either side of the bed because we obviously sleep completely entwined holding each other." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, yeah, so we're in the middle of the bed holding each other. And, we were like, oh, our side tables are too far away. And I was like, you sleep every night completely entwined holding each other after 6 years? And they were like, of course.
This is my nightmare.
I guess other people are more in love.
Or I don't have as many sensory issues.
Yeah, that's very true.
What was my worst subject in school?
Math?
No. I was good at math.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in science, you didn't want to do any of the dissection. So is it science?
What type of science? Because I was good at some types of science.
Chemistry?
Nope.
Physics?
Yep.
Oh, physics was a bitch.
Did not understand a lick of
physics. Was a bitch.
I didn't understand anything. I think I got a 2 on the AP test.
I didn't even take it. I don't even take it. I was like, this is a waste of everyone's time. This is a waste of paper. This is a waste of Scantron.
And my teacher was so nice. We would like go over to his home so he could try to explain it to us. And I still didn't get it.
Oh, God.
Like I went into that AP exam being like, I have no idea what any of this is.
Yeah, I didn't even bother.
That's the only subject where I really was just like completely over my head.
Yeah, physics was hard.
So is that your answer then too?
No, I always struggled in math. Always. Math was always so hard, which is, what's funny? I'm like, oh, math was such a difficult subject for me all the time, whatever, blah, blah. I went to a very small school, so we had the same teachers kind of throughout.
Oh, so maybe you had terrible teachers.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She was the worst. She was so mean, and her whole thing was being mean. That was her whole fucking thing. And you know who you are. You know who you are. Everyone who went to Posnack knows who I'm fucking talking about. And
You had her the whole time?
Yes!
Oh,
and she was so mean. Her whole thing was being mean. That was her whole thing. And she took pride in it. She loved that she was so mean, and everyone was so scared of her. Yeah.
I hate people like that.
Right? What the hell's the point of that?
It's awful.
And she's a huge fan of Bruce Springsteen. And I hope Bruce Springsteen hates you if he ever meets you.
What am I really bad at?
Forms.
Yeah. I also am really bad at reading instructions for something.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's forms, but also
that counts as
taking in the instructions.
Like I need someone to like tell me what to do. I can't read what to do.
Yes.
I don't like that.
That's been clear with a lot of like technical stuff. Right? Where it's like the person will be like, okay, here's the description of how to get into the live stream. And you're like, no.
Okay, for you, yours is trickier. Maybe I'll say, talking over, not interrupting people.
Yeah, talking over people. I was going to say sending a nice email.
Oh, you've gotten better at that.
Okay, so there's something called Goblin Tools. I haven't started using it, but a lot of people have recommended it to me.
What is it?
It's apparently something that like goes through your stuff, and if you're like a goblin, like whatever, like a person who's not put together, it like goes through and it's like, here's how to make this email sound nicer. Here's how people might read this, like interpret this.
I saw a tweet that was someone got a response from like a job or like some email being like, hey, we don't want, like, this is clearly written by AI. And then the person went back, actually, I'm just autistic.
This is my new thing. And this is one, I'm old, and 2, I'm autistic. But this is a real hack, actually, for autistic people watching things on television. Is that if you go to the thing, click the thing where they read out loud what's happening for blind people, they'll give you clues in there of what's happening. So, like, for example, like if I'm watching a scene and like there's something happens and I'm like, I don't understand what was the unspoken thing or what was happening in that scene. If you play the sound, they'll be like, she smiled at him seductively.
Oh.
And then I go, I was seductive. So like that's a hack for autistic people. If you're like, I'm watching this and I don't know anybody's motivations, they'll read them out loud to you.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm very confused about what's going on and
Well,
how
they'll
people feel about each other.
yeah, they'll tell you, or you know what I mean, or your whole thing where you don't know if they're supposed to be singing, if it's like good or bad. So if you play that, it'll probably be like, she sings really beautifully. Like, it'll probably tell you.
I feel like it will distract me.
It only plays when nobody's talking. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
very cool.
So that's a little tip.
Okay, so we do one more.
Yeah.
What was my first job?
An assistant. Oh, when you were younger, did you babysit ever?
I would count that as a job.
What was it?
Camp counselor
Oh, camp counselor. That's
at the
similar to
JCC. It's
babysitting.
very different than babysitting.
Oh, because that's like you have to go in 9 to 5 and
Yeah.
take care of children.
Right.
What age were the kids?
First year I did it, they were like 2.
Oh boy.
I was like changing diapers, and then 2 and like 6 or something. And then I did it at a different camp the next summer, and the kids were maybe older, but I can't remember exactly. And then I worked at Crabtree and Evelyn.
Right. Okay. I knew there was
my retail experience.
I knew there was
Crabtree and Evelyn.
I knew there was a retail
where I would give people hand scrubs.
Yes, I knew there was a retail thing where you were giving lotion.
Oh yeah, I was giving lotion. Okay, for you, I believe that your first job was catering at a country club.
Yes, at a synagogue.
At a synagogue.
Yes, catering. I worked in catering. Yeah, at a synagogue for weddings and bar mitzvahs. And I was famously let go.
Yes, I think you did okay.
Yeah, we did good.
Who do you think did better? Was it like a tie?
Probably you. Maybe a tie. I don't know. I wasn't counting. I was just enjoying hearing stories.
And that's what competitions should really be about. The journey.
The story and the journey and the ability to trick people into thinking that your cousin is Elton John.